So in continuation with our previous class, so we'll be continuing with the Power Query editors. Today in this session we'll see how we can append the queries, then merge the data, then fill up and down. Then we'll also see how we can work on these dates and number columns, and we'll see the group bys. And there are still some more Power Query editors like pivot, unpivot that I'll teach you after the reports. That is, we'll see some visualizations also. What we'll do is now we'll see how we can append the data. First, we'll understand what is this appending of the data. Appending of the data means combining two different data sets, one below the other. Let's go and import the data first. Get data from Excel. So we'll give this path and I'll select this append query. So once it is loaded, we'll go directly to transform data, that is Power Query editor. So we'll select these three tables and I'll say transform data. Meanwhile, I'll also open this Excel file to show you guys how the table is available so that it will be easy for you guys to understand what actually we are doing now with this append query. So I open this Excel as well. So if you see here, I have three different sheets here. So let's consider this as three different tables. So here I have 10 records. Then here I have some 15 records, that is from 11 to 25. And then here we have some more records here, that is around some 25 records, which is from 26 to 50. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to paste it one below the other. But when you're appending it, you should keep in mind that the data set, whatever is there, is arranged properly. If you see this table, I have some columns here. Similarly, I have the same columns here and with the other table as well. Let's go to our Power BI, say Power Query editor. So here, first we should check is whether the headers are same. So it is same. So we checked in our say raw data set as well. Now what we'll do, we'll try to append. Append means one below the other. So when I'm using this append queries, here in this combine, I have this append queries. Let me click on this arrow mark. A small arrow is there. When I click on this, there are two options, append queries and append queries as new. If I say append query, so whichever table I'm selecting, it will append within that table itself. But suppose if you want to have a new table itself, then what I'll do, I'll go and I'll select this append queries as new. So let me click on this append queries as new. So once I select that, I'll get one window where it will ask for appending two tables or more than two tables. When I'm appending these two tables, it's a very simple one. So first it will ask for the primary table, that is the first table what I'm trying to append it, and then table to append to the primary table. That means for this table, which table I'm trying to append. We check the data structure is same. Now what we'll do, we'll go and we'll select table 2. So when I'm selecting this table 2, that is table 1 and table 2, so what will happen, it will combine this one like this and it will go and it will paste like this, that is one below the other. Let's go and check. Now after selecting this, I'll say okay, a new table will be created. See, a new table is created, that is from row ID 1 to 25. If you go and check this, I have row ID from 1 to 10, then here it is 11 to 25. It is appending, that is it is combining, and I'm getting a new table here, that is 1 to 25. Next, suppose if you have more than two tables, I'll go here, say append queries, I'll say append queries as new. You can try this as well, it's the same option, but I'm trying to give a new table so that it will not update the existing table. I'll say append queries as new. Now here I'll click on this three or more tables. So in this case, I can also use two tables to append like what we did here. So I can select this, and also I can have more than three tables. Suppose if it is only two table, I can just select this option. I can finish the appending. Otherwise, if you have more tables, multiple tables, select this and I can do the appending as well. Now it is already selected one table, that is I selected this and I mentioned this append queries as new, so it has come here. If I don't want this, I can just select that, and here I have this delete, just remove this. Now whichever tables I need to append, I'll select, I'll say add one table, then I'll select this, I'll say add, and if you want this table, I'll say add. When I'm adding in this table, see tables to append, all the tables are there here. So when you see this table 1, table 2, table 3, it will append say first table, second table and third table. Suppose if you want to append, say this append table 3 to be on top, the data has to be on top, you can reorder the position of the table as well. See, I can position like this. Then table 1, then table 2 will be appended. So let's see, I'll go, I'll say okay. When I click on this, there is one new table which got created, and you can say this, say row ID 26 to 50 it will come, and then table 1 and then table 2 like this. So you can append the table however you want, but you should keep in mind that the data structure is same. It's not that the column name also should be same. The data structure whatever is there, say here I have this number, it should be number, it will merge. Otherwise if it will merge, but if you don't have the proper columns, say it might get exchanged, so you will not have a meaningful data set. So always make sure that when you are appending, the data set is, the data structure in the data set will be proper. So appending is very easy. You just have to check the tables and then combine it, or say append it. Appending means one below the other, just taking the data one below the other, right? Next one, I'll just remove these tables, delete. Now let's take this merge. Now this one is very important, and there are a lot of things to discuss in this merge. I'll tell you what is that. Let me open this data, and then we'll discuss this merge data, and then I'll go to this Power Query editor and tell you what we are doing. I have two tables here. I need to merge. First, let's understand what is this merge and append. Append means combining the different files one below the other. But merge means you're trying to merge these two table such a way that, see, I have this table, say column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. If you go here, these columns will be attached like this. That means all the columns will be brought to this table such a way that it will combine or say merge based on the IDs what we have. I have a common column that is order ID. Here also I have a common column that is order ID. So depending on this, so what it will do is it will try to compare the data here and then it will merge here. It is something like I'm giving a VLOOKUP formula here. Say if it is matching, then I'll get the data. If it is not matching, I'll not get the data. So append means appending data one below the other. Now suppose if I append these two, so this will be copied and it will be pasted below, provided the data structure is same. Now I have this merge. So what I'll do, depending on this column, I'm trying to bring these columns into this table. That's all. So don't get confused with merging and appending. Appending means combining the data one below the other. Merging means combining the table, bringing the columns from other table to the primary table using a ID, a common ID in both the tables. Let's go to our Power Query and let me take the source. We'll take this merge data. I'll select this merge, both the tables, and I'll say OK. When I say merge, so let's understand that we understood that bringing the columns from two different tables and combining it. Now when I'm combining this, I was talking about the data is getting merged based on the column here, a common column. Here also I have this order ID. Here also I have this order ID. But let's go and check the data what we have in these columns. Say merge table 1. I have this order ID wherein I have the order ID from 001. Let me scroll down and I can see this. It is there up to 025. That is 0012 025. Let's go and see in merge table 2. I have this 001 and it goes on. It is there up to 015 and then it is starting with 101 to 110. So both the table have got 25 records. But in this case, if you see the common records or say the common IDs is 001 up to 015 only. That means only 15 records are common. If you see here, see 001 to 15. Then after that, whatever records are there not matching. They are not matching. That means when I'm combining this, only these 15 records will actually have the complete records. Otherwise, the rest whatever is there, it will be like a blank. So I'll show you one by one. Let's go to this merge. And here also I have two options. One is merge queries and merge queries as new. I'll take this merge queries as new so that I'll get a new table. Suppose if you want to update the same table, existing table, you can use this merge query. Suppose if you click on this, so I'll get a window here. Same window I'll get for merge query new also. So if I work on this, then it will get updated. So what I'll do, instead of doing here, I will select merge query as new. So if you want, you can try that merge queries itself, but it will update the existing table itself. So once I click on this, I'll get a window like this. If you see here, it lasts for the primary table. That is the first table. It says merge table 1. I'm selecting this merge table 1. Here I have two tables. I'll select merge table 1. When I select this, I'll get the columns with the data here. That is preview. So if I select this table 2, so I'll get that table data here. So let me select this table 1. Here I have this 15 records. I mean 25 records, but 15 records are common. Now on which table I need to merge? I'll go here. I'll select this second table. Now you got this two tables here. Now what we'll do, we'll go and I'll select this column and I'll select this column. When I select these two columns, it asks for what type of merge I need to do. There are different ways I can do the merge. First, what we'll do is we'll see how to merge the table by using common records. That is only those matching records. Now in this case, there are 15 records which are matching from 001 to 015. So what I'll do, I'll go here, see join kind. There are different options. We'll go one by one. First, we'll see how we can match. That is combining these two with matching records only. So for that, we call it as inner join. Say inner means only matching records. You can see here, I'll click on this, only matching records. Here it says the selection matches 15 of 25 rows from the first table and 15 of 25 rows from the second table. That means 15 records are matching. I will say OK. So I've selected inner. I'll say OK. When I select this, see I got a new table here which says merge 1. Here I got, since I had selected this merge table 1, here it will give me 001 to 015, the records of the first table here. For the second table which is getting merged here, you can see that merge table, it will mention this as table here. So what I'll do, I have one small icon here which shows something like this, arrow mark facing opposite side. Just click on this, it will ask for expanding it. I'll say OK. You can say this, the 15 records have been aligned here. That is, it has been merged. This is from table 1 up to this. This is from table 2, which is actually coming here. So you can see 001 to 015. That means only matching records. Fine. Let me go here. I'll say match queries as new. Next one, what we'll do, we'll take this merge table 1 and say merge table 2. I'll combine both the tables, but I'll take all the records from this first table, that is all the records from first table, that is 0012, 025, whatever I have, but I'll take the common records from this. So I want all the records from the first table, only common records from second table. So for that, what I'll do is I'll say left outer join. This left outer join means the one first table what you see, this one, the primary table which we call it as, this is the left table and this will be my right table. People who are from SQL background or people who knows SQL, they'll easily understand. But even if you don't know SQL, don't worry. I'm just telling you. So this will be the first table, whatever is there. This is called as left table, and this will be my right table. So here it says left outer means all from first. That means all the records from first table. Matching from second, what are data are matching, that will be merged here. But what will happen to the records which are not matching? I'll show you. Now when I say okay, see it says the selection matches 15 of 25 rows from the first table. That means in both the table 15 records are actually matching. I will say okay, a new table is created, and similarly I got this table whatever. If you go and check this, see from 0012 to 025 I got the records from left table. The common records are from 0012 to 015. If I say merge and say okay, see here the first 15 records whatever is there, I'm getting the records from second table, but I'm getting all the records here, that is the not matching records here which are not available, it will say null. So this will be null. This is left outer join or left join. Let's go to this merge queries, say merge queries as new. This time again I'll say merge table 1, merge table 2. Now what I need is all the records from this right table, all the records from right table and common records from the first table. This is just opposite of it. So for this we call it as a right outer join or right join here, like this. Now let me select the columns here like this. Here it says the selection matches 15. So here also we have 15 matching records, but here I have another 10 records which are not matching it. So this time it will be opposite of it. Let me say okay. A new table is created, and here you can see from 0012 to 015 I'm getting the records here, and here it says null because there are some records which are not matching. And I'll go here and I'll click on this arrow, say okay. If I scroll down and see 001 to 015 is common, the records are matching, the IDs are matching, so I'm getting the data here. But after this 101 to 110, data is not matching in the first table, so here I'm getting null. So in this table I'm getting null in the second table, and here in this option, that is say right outer join, I'm getting this as blank. So this is right outer join, this is left outer join, and this is inner join, that means the common records. So apart from this, we also have two more options, that is left anti and right anti. I'll tell you what is that. Let me select this merge table 1 and merge table 2. This left anti or right anti, what it will do is whichever records are not matching, only that will be displayed. That is whichever records are not matching. Let's say I selected merge table 1, merge table 2. Now I'll select this order ID, and here I'll select this order ID. The selection excludes 15 of 25 rows from the first table. So it will remove. That means the one which is not matching, only that will be available. Let me just say okay, and I'll say merge. See, I have from 016 to 025. Only that records which are not matching with the second table will be displayed here. Now the question arises, what will we do with this? So directly we can take these columns only and can do the analysis or some reports. But what happens is sometimes we need these data also, means these columns also. Then we can try to fill the data here. So there are so many ways where I can update these null values. So for that reason, what we'll do is we are just trying to bring the columns with non-matching records. Same thing can be done for the write table as well, that is write anti. So this write anti, what it will do, say merge table 1, merge table 2, here write anti, this is again opposite. Now all the unmatched records from this write table will be displayed here. The data for first table will be null. Say write anti, it says rows only in second. Now I'll select two columns, and then here it says the selection excludes 15 of 25 rows from the second table. That is, whichever is matching, it will exclude. That means whichever is unmatched records, only that will be available. Say OK. A new table is created. You can see this null, and I'll say combine. See, from 101 to 110, I'm getting this records. So this is merging of two tables. You can do this for multiple tables as well. So people who are from SQL background, they'll understand very easily. But again, I'll just explain quickly. Merge means you're trying to combine two different files or say two different data sets. But for that, I need to have common IDs. If you don't have common IDs, it will not match the records, and again, the data will not come properly. So I can do this inner join where I'll get the common records. I can say left outer join where I'll get all the records from first table and the matching records from the second table. Then right outer join, then that is I'll get all the records from right table and common records from the first table. And we saw left anti, that is unmatched records from the first table will be shown, and the second table will have null records, null values. And we saw right anti where I'll get all the unmatched values from the right table and null values for the first table. So this is merge. Let me delete this. Next we'll see how we can work on this date and number. Like what we saw in the previous session, that is text. Here we have date and numbers as well. So on numbers, whatever we can do, that we can see here. Let me import number. So here also we'll have say transform and add columns. Suppose if I go here and say if you want to work on the existing column itself, change or modify the existing column itself, I can go and check this transform, or I can use this add column for adding one more column. Right. So I'll show you some of the options here. I'll take this add column only instead of going here and transforming the existing column itself. Both are same options. If you go here and check this number column, here also have this number column, here also have this number column. Let me select this. Once I selected this, here these options will be enabled. So here also, if I go here, see, I selected this, these options will be enabled. Same thing, say standard, scientific, whatever is there. I'll go to this add column. See here also have same options. I'll go to this standard. Let me select this. Here I have some options. I'll show you a few of them. You can try other few which are available. If I say add, suppose if you want to add something, I'll go here. I want to add 1000 to this. You go here, I'll say 1000. Say add a number to add to each value in the column. I'll say OK. Once I say OK, just see 1000 is added to every single value here. Same thing, suppose I'll go here, I'll say subtract. Say I'll subtract 500 from this. Say OK. See, 500 will be subtracted from this. I'm also getting some minus value here because there are some value which are lesser than 500. Multiply, say I have this quantity, I'll select this, I want to multiply. Go here, say multiply. Let's multiply this with 12. Say okay. See, this value will get multiplied with this. Each and every value will be multiplied by 12. Same thing if you want to divide, that also I can do. Select any column, I'll say divide. Here, let's say I'll divide it by 12. Say okay. See, I'm getting this. If you want to divide, but I don't want to see the decimal number, you can see that there are some decimal number here. I don't want the decimal number. Select this, go here and say divide integer. Let's do the same thing. I'll say 12 and say okay. Now we'll see the result here. See, you can see the result here, which is giving me only the integer part, not the decimal part. Fine. Similarly, I have more other options as well. It's scientific, where I have this absolute value. Absolute value means it will convert the negative value into positive value. Let's say, okay, somewhere we had this negative value. Okay, here. See this column, I have some negative value. So I need to convert this into positive value. Let's go here and say absolute value. We'll go and check. See, all the negative value will be removed and it will get converted to positive value. If there are any calculations where you don't want to consider the negative value and that has to be converted to positive value, we can select that column and convert that into the negative value into positive value. Fine. Still there are so many. Say if you want to use this power, square root or something, so you can use these options. All right. Next one is the major thing about the rounding off of the values. If you go here, say round up, round down or something. So here I've selected one value. Let's say I'll select this division, this column. I have some decimal numbers here. You go here, say round. Just click on this round. It'll ask how many decimals I need to round it off. Let's say 1 decimal and say okay. Let's go and check. See, it says 21.8 and here it says 61.0. That is, I mentioned it as 1 decimal. So you should understand this clearly. When it says 60.995, so what it will do, it will try to round it off to this level. Say here it is, the second decimal is 9. When it is rounding off, it will become say 0.10 or something. So here this will become one more and it will get added here. Here it's 1.2. So here we'll go 79.79. So if you see this, it is getting rounded off to single digit. That is, this 9 will convert that into 8 here. If it was a number from 1 to 4, then this will be again 79.7 only. So if you go and check this one, say okay, here 142.18. So this will be 142.2. But if you see this one, see here 0.212. So this will be 0.2 only, like this. So it will try to round it off to the single digit number. Again, we have something called as round up and round down. When I say round up, so whatever value is there, say from 1 to 4, it will round it off to the lower level. 5 to 9, it will round it off to the higher level. But when I say round up, whatever the value it is, it will round it off to the higher level only. Say, let me go here, I'll say round up. If you go and check this, see, it is rounding up. Say 21.8, it's going up. Say 22. Say here 1.2, so it is going up. Say 79.8, 80, like this. Here this 61 is already 61 because this number was 60.995. Already this is rounding up. So here this will get rounded up. So this one, if you see, always it will go to the higher level. Let me select this. Rounding. If I say round down, that is the lower level. Like this. See, here it is 21. It is going to, it should be 22 actually. In the higher level, it is giving me 21. Say 60. Say 1, like this. So this is of rounding the values. Right. Next one is about information to check whether it is even or odd or whatever. I'll go here, I'll say is even. All the numbers with even will be true. See, this is even, say true. This is odd, this is false. Same thing if I go here and select this and say information, I'll say is odd. It's just reverse of it. So wherever it is odd number, it will say true. Wherever it is even, it will say false, like this. Right. So this is for numbers. There are so many other options. You can just try to explore this as well. Let me take date. So in this date function, I can work on date columns. Say okay. Let's go to this number column and I'll go to this add column. Say this, the date from date and time, this is disabled. It will not be enabled unless and until the column is, say, date. Let me go here. I'll select this. You can see this, the numbers are getting disabled because I've selected a text column. So depending on the column what I'm selecting, this from text, from number or from date will be enabled. Now I've imported date columns. Let me select this. I have a date column here. Let me click on this date. See, here it is not enabled. Once I click on this date column, this will be enabled. When I click here, there are so many options. So what are these options? See, I've selected this add column here. Here, if you go to transform, here also I have this date. Same options are there here also. Let me go to this add column so that it will be duplicated. I'll have the original column as is so that I can use it for multiple options. Let me click here. Here it says year. Suppose if you want to get the year out of this date, let me click here. See, I'll get the year. I'm just extracting it immediately. Let me select this. I'll say I want starting of the year. Say start year means what is the starting date of this particular date. Select this. I'll say start of the year. Let me select this. I need end of the year. Let me go here, say end of the year. See? Alright. Let me select this. I'll go here. For this month, I want month. And I'll just make a duplicate of it. Now there will be so many columns, it will be difficult for us to see. We just remove this. Okay. Select this. Say month. I'll get the month here. Say start of the month. It will give me the starting date of the month. And select this. I'll say end of the month. So likewise, then let me select this. I want the number of days in a month. Click on this, days in a month. See, it will give me how many days are there in each month, depending on the month year. Select this. I want the month name. Month, the name of that particular month. See. So this should be a date column. Right. Let me make a duplicate. Let me select this column. Same thing I have for quarter as well. Say quarter of the year. This is in which quarter? So it falls on which quarter? Say it will consider from January to December. Let me select this and say start of the quarter. Now if I want to see the starting quarter, say January, then again from April, then April, May, June, then again next August. So like this. So it depends on the quarter. Say I'll go and I'll click on this. It will show me the first date of the quarter. See here, the fourth quarter starts from October. Then you can see the second quarter is starting from April. Then you can see some more. So if you go here, see third quarter start from July. That is 0107 like this. January, February, March is one quarter. Then April, May, June. Then again June, July, August. Sorry, July, August, September, and then October like this. So you can plan accordingly. That is, suppose if you want to have this say quarterly report or something, you can get the starting date of the quarter. Let me select this. I'll go here, say end of the quarter. So it will give me the end date. Next step, say duplicate, just remove these columns. Next I have this week. So here I want to know the week of the year. Say on which week this date falls. Say week of the year. It will just give me the week of the year. So in a year we have say around 52 to 53 weeks or something. So depending on that, which week it falls, it will show me. Select this, then I'll say week of the month. In a month, on which week it falls. So we have 4 to 5 weeks, so it will just mention so on which week in that particular month it falls. Next, say start of the week. So if you want to have the weekly reports or something, see here this says 6/11/2017, that is this is Sunday, and this will be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, this will be Tuesday, like that. Let's select, say end of the week, it will mention from 6 to 12, this is 1 week. So when you are taking some weekly reports or something, you can easily extract, or say you can get the date, or say start of the week and end of the week, so that it will be easy for you to get the weekly report. So a lot of reports we can take, say from this week to this week. If you want to get the reports, I can use these columns. Same thing we have day as well. Let me remove these columns. So I'm just creating this duplicate so that it will be easy for me to explain, and also you can understand easily. Otherwise, there would have been so many columns, it will become difficult to scroll here and there. Okay, fine. Day. This is again, so if you want to get the day, like we have this year, month or something, so here it will give me only the day. See 0, 8 or something. So only the date, I'll get the day of this particular date. Select this, then I'll say day of the week. Say Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So here it says something like this. So here I have this index numbers. I'll be getting it. Say 0 to 6, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get like this. Let me select this. Say date, then day of the year. So it will give me the number of days. Say we have 365 days. So in that, which day it falls. The January 1st will be 1, and December will be December 31st will be some 365 days. So in that, these date falls on which day, that is this is 312. So 8th November 2017 is 312, that is 312th day of the year. Like what we have the week, what we saw, similarly for day also we can have. Then start of the day, so it will be same date. So it is like, this will work mostly on the timing. Okay, time. So we have this start from 12 a.m. so something like that. So for that we can use this. Otherwise, say start end will be same, but we can say name of the day, so it will give me the name of the day here, that is on which day this particular date falls. So you can take like this. So you can use these options, say date, and you can use these options from date and time, and you can get the columns like this. Suppose if you want to convert this directly here, then I can go and use this transform. So transform, what it will do, I'll go here and say I want to convert this into name of the day. Click on this, that column itself will get converted, right? Okay, let me just delete this. Let me import Excel. So now we have this group by. Let's select this group by and say top. Group by is actually used to group the columns. Let me make a duplicate of it and I'll select this. Sometimes what will happen, I need a grouped value. Say for ship mode, I want some total sales only of this ship mode. Like in pivot table we have, that is grouping. Say if I go here and check this, say I have this first class, same day, second class, and standard class. So for first class, what is the sales? For same day or second class or standard class, what is the total sales we have? Suppose if you want a table to be created like that, then I can go here and use this group by. Here we have this group by. When I click on this group by in home, I have this group by next to this split column. Click on this group by. See, here I have this basic and advanced. First we'll do this basic. Here it asks for which column I need to group. I'll select this ship mode. It will ask a new column name. I'll say total sales. I can rename it. Here it will give me the operation what I need to do. I'll say sum because I need to get the sum. Now you need to specify which column I need to sum. I'll go here. I'll say sales. So if you see this, by ship mode, I want the total sales of each ship mode. Let me click on this OK. See, the entire table will be converted like this. And you can see all these ship modes are getting grouped and I'm getting the total sales. Now suppose, let me duplicate this. I want a grouped value for more than one column. I want to group more than one column. Say group by, and here I'll say advanced. When I say advanced, it will allow me to add more grouping columns as well as the aggregating columns. Now I'll say I want ship mode. Say add grouping. I'll say segment. So now there are two columns to be grouped, and here I'll take total sales, and here I'll say sum of sales. I'll add one more aggregation. I'll say total profit, and this also I'll say sum. You can select any of this operation. I'll say sum, and here I'll say profit. Now if I say OK, see, I'll get a table like this. That is second class, the consumer, second class, corporate, second class, then we have the second class, home office like this. That means all the ship modes will include segment also. It will group and then I'll get the values here. This is for total sales and total profit. So you can group the table like this. Suppose if I take this table, if I go to this Power BI desktop, then I can create report based on this table also. Next one, I have this fill up and down. This is very simple one. This is like filling the blanks in our Excel say tables. Suppose if I've imported a data, something like this, where I'll have some blank values below or up. If you see this, I have this central and I have this blanks here. I'm gonna have this east and some blanks here. I need to fill this. So I need to fill central for all these null values or say blank values. Select this column. And here we have something called as fill up. Here, go to transform, you have this fill. Select this, it says fill up or down. I'll say fill down. See, all the values here. I had a top central value. So here, all the bottom value, down value will be filled with the same value what we had here. Till wherever it is blank, say till east, I had this blank. That is from here till here, I had this blank. Null value. So that will be filled. So next it will come to east and whatever is there, the null values here, that will be filled with east like this. Now let me select this. So here I have some values. Now I'll say fill up. If I go here, if I say fill up, what will happen is this office supplies will be filled from here till here like this, upwards. And technology will be filled upwards like this. Select this and I'll say fill up. See, it is filling up. So here there is no value below, so it is giving me null here like this. So these are some of the commonly used say options in Power Query editor. There are some more options that we'll see after few sessions. That is, let's go and learn about the data visualizations, that is the next sessions. Then we'll see about DAX functions, and then again there are so many things to learn in Power Query editor. After these sessions again we'll come back and we'll learn the options here.